Hi, I'm Bill, and if this is the first time dropping into our channel, welcome. So this video is about oatmeal and Jackery Explorer 1000 power management. So yesterday, Lori used the Jackery to drive her slow cooker to test if we could use the slow cooker in our camper van, powering it with the Jackery Explorer 1000. So she had her slow cooker set on high. It took 4 hours to cook pork chops. That nicely left 34% in the Jackery. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the oatmeal real quick. What I have in our rice cooker, it's the Oster rice cooker. We have a link to it on Amazon in our description of our videos. And we're using it this morning to make some oatmeal. I use steel cut oats. We also have a link to the steel cut oats in the description of the video. And the reason we use steel cut oats versus old fashioned or rolled oats or instant oats is because the steel cut oats has a lower glycemic index. And for those of you that may be aware, glycemic index ratings of the various foods that you eat are important in managing your blood sugar. So the steel cut oats has a glycemic index of about 42, and the old-fashioned or rolled oats has one around 55, and then if you're using instant, I think it goes up into the 80s. All right, so our Jackery has 34% power. Let me just double check that. And let me plug it in and let's start this cook. And I think I just have to push this button. Oh, nope, I got to turn on the inverter, and I think we're cooking. And so let's talk a little bit about the power management part while these oats are cooking. I expect it to take about 15 minutes for the oats to cook. And so it's good practice to manage your power station where you try to limit your depth of discharge to 20%. Said another way is you should try not to bring the remaining power in your power station down below 20%. Now, this morning we're going to see where we actually bring it. And being that this is a Jackery Explorer 1000, it has 1002 watt hours of stored energy available. Our Oster rice cooker that we're using this morning consumes about 300 watts. So let's just check and confirm that. And it is using 296 watts. So with 34% remaining power in this Jackery Explorer 1000, we should have about 300 watts of power available. Now, knowing that it takes about 15 minutes to cook, I'm estimating we're going to use about 75 watts, and that's going to bring us very close to 20% remaining in the Jackery. So that's what we're going to prove through this demonstration here. Now again, different people use different practices for managing their power stations. I try not to charge the power station above 80%, and I try not to discharge it to below 20%. I can easily charge it to 100, and I can discharge it below 20 without damage to the power station on occasion. I would not want to do that regularly, so that's what we're doing here. So let's take another quick check of how many watts we're using. Okay, we're at 299 watts, bouncing around between 299 and 302, and the Jackery says we have 31 watts left. Okay, so the oatmeal has been cooking for about 10 minutes. Let's take a quick look. It's not done yet, getting close, on where we're at from a power remaining in the Jackery perspective. We're still drawing about 302 watts, and we have 26% power remaining. And again, normally when I cook this in the house using the AC current in the house, it takes about 15 minutes. So I'll be back when the oatmeal is done, and we'll wrap it up into a summary. Okay, well, the rice cooker just clicked off, letting me know that the oatmeal is ready, and it's now gone into warm mode. So let's see how much energy we consumed in the cooking process. First, in the warm mode, it's drawing 34 watts. Now, normally, when I cook inside using the house power, I generally don't leave it on warm. I generally turn the rice cooker off so the oatmeal can just kind of sit there a little bit. And as I expected, we have 22% remaining charge within the Jackery Explorer 1000. So, what's the moral of this video? I don't know if there is one, but let's try and summarize it a bit. First, you might want to consider using steel cut oats versus old-fashioned oats, or what's also known as rolled oats or instant oats, if you have any concerns about your glycemic index. Just one thought there. And the taste is very good. There's more fiber, so that's good fuel for your body, in my opinion anyway. Then when it comes to the Jackery Explorer 1000, and this would apply in our opinion to any power station that you might be using, you might want to consider limiting your depth of discharge to 20%. Try not to go below 20%. And then when you're charging, try not to go above 80%. Again, there's times when you know you're going to need to power, so no harm at all in charging to 100%. What you will notice when you're charging to 100%, there becomes a point where the rate of charge that the Jackery will accept reduces significantly, and I think that's because there's multiple lithium battery packs in here, and they have to balance each one out. So for that process, they reduce the amount of wattage that they'll accept on the charge. So again, and what makes it easy for us, we know that this is 1002 watt hours. If you're used to amp hours, it's a roughly 46.2 amp hours. And so when we're using an appliance that draws 300 watts, and we know we're going to have to run it for 2 hours, we know we're going to consume 600 watts of the available 1002 watts. And we know if we run it for 2 hours at 300 watts, we're not going to go below our depth of discharge goal of always trying to keep 20% remaining in the battery pack. Again, why I choose to manage this battery pack in this way is these battery packs are these power stations over time degrade, and so they have a useful life of X number of cycles, and after they reach a certain point, the available power can be reduced. So anyway, that's our process. Try not to discharge below 20%, and if we don't need to power, only charge up to 80%, and that's kind of how we manage our power station. Alright, so hopefully this video made sense. Lori's going to be doing some additional videos with this Oster rice cooker. We're going to cook some meals with it. We find it to be a very versatile appliance. Plenty of power in our Jackery Explorer 1000 to power it. She's going to cook a chicken dish in here and some other recipes to show you the versatility of this Oster rice cooker. We have a link in the description if you're interested in finding out more about it. It'll take you to Amazon and to the product. Other than that, I'm going to have some oatmeal. We'll throw in a picture of the plated oatmeal with some blueberries, and I think Lori put together some blackberries for me this morning. And other than that, if you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And I am in no way an expert when it comes to power stations, or what is also known as solar generators, which are the combination of the power station with the solar panels. But I am sharing with you how we're doing things and what we're finding out about the way we do things when it comes to our power stations and our solar generators. So if you see something that I'm saying incorrectly, please jump into the comments and correct that. We're an open book here, and it's your comments and questions that always help drive a channel. And also, don't forget about the likes, because likes are very important. The more likes this video gets, the more people will have an opportunity to see it, and the more people that have an opportunity to see it, the better it is for us. So really, if you like the content, please give it a like. All right, I think I've covered everything and gone on too long, but oatmeal and a Jackery, now you know how they go together. So, gonna enjoy the breakfast, and see you next time.